Hello, this is the hardcore legend Mick Foley, and you are tuned into Terrible Pain, one of the coolest wrestling shows on YouTube. Let me put it this way. If you're not watching, we're not friends.
Welcome to Beyond the Gimmick. Today, we got a show that's a little bit different for you guys. We are sitting down with some game developers from Adult Swim Games. We're with Steve and Sean. Say hello, guys.
Hello. What's poppin', guys? Come on.
And today we're gonna talk about wrestling, talk about video games, and whatever else you know how the show goes. So yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right off into it. So how are you guys doing today?
Good. It is 5 p.m. Had a normal work day and all that. But yeah, we'll just talk some wrestling and all that good stuff. And don't even get me started on the booking of Raw lately, but we'll get into that later.
Well, so y'all been wrestling fans your whole lives, or what?
No, this is Sean. I'm more new to it. I was a bit when I was a kid, I started in the early 80s, watched a lot of wrestling, and then I kind of died off from it. And then I kind of came back into it with NXT. Really being excited about that product and seeing the talent coming out of there, and then that's just reopened the whole world to me, and now I can't get enough.
Yeah, this is
I understand that.
Yeah, I started as a kid watching in the mid 80s. My mom used to tell me to warn me about watching too much wrestling and make me crazy, but right. She was right. It's it's all good. But I grew up with Ravishing Rick Rude, $1 Million Man, Demolition. I liked all the heels. As a kid, I hated Hulk Hogan, and I've always have. So yeah, just watched the entire way through high school, through the Monday Night Wars, do all the DX Attitude Era stuff. Even watched it during some low points, the Invasion and all that. TNA, a little bit of TNA mixed in there. I used to watch a lot more stuff from New Japan Pro Wrestling, Michinoku Pro, catch some Lucha Libre every now and then. Lucha Underground, by the way, is freaking awesome.
So good.
Yes.
But yeah, I've watched my whole life. So
see, that's kind of how I am. I've watched my whole life, and I've pretty much whatever I could get my hands a hold to, I would watch it. So yeah, I'm a little bit younger, so it was the early 90s and everything, but I always watched tapes from the past, so I know all about the 80s and everything before then as well.
You about the 80s, damn. Damn.
What? Yeah, a little bit younger.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, man. But I don't know. So yeah, you want to talk about recent shit, how Raw and everything is going on?
Well, the most exciting thing for me personally, as Sean mentioned, NXT has just invigorated me as a wrestling fan.
I've gotten to the point where I don't want anybody to be called up. I feel like that's being
yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't call them up. Oh, don't call up Finn Balor. Please don't do that. Exactly. I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the difference in booking. Being a wrestling fan, I'm also used to always, read all the internet sites and hear all the backstage shit, and I was always like, oh man, Triple H, all that backstage politics, and all that. But he's proven, man. He's what he's done with NXT is great. Just finding talent based off in-ring ability and charisma and presence versus just Vince is oh, the dude's big. I was like, who cares about that?
Yeah, it's definitely a different era.
Nobody in Vince's regime would ever, promote a guy like Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn or whatever. So love what they're doing, but yeah, like Sean said, once you go to the main roster, it's kind of like they're screwing up Neville. And
how do you screw up Neville, by the way?
Yes.
How do you do that? It's so frustrating.
Yeah, it seems like they've done that with a lot of different superstars, whether it be The Ascension or whoever, or Bo Dallas. He was an NXT champion, and then, where's he at now? Once most of them have got to Raw, they just mess him over. At least, Kevin Owens is still going, he's got it, but...
Yeah, and I was real worried with Kevin Owens the whole time. I was like...
Me too.
Screwing this up.
Because I was definitely a Steen fan, him and El Generico and the Ladder Wars and whatnot from Ring of Honor. I was a fan of all that, so I was definitely iffy about where they were going to take him. But, they did good with him, actually letting him come in on on WWE and beat John Cena in his first match. Like, that's a big stepping stone.
Yeah.
But also, that's a big props to John Cena as well. He didn't have to put him over. Like, if Cena would have said no, it would have happened, you know?
Right.
The man in the company.
As much as it pains me to give John Cena some credit, yes.
I grew up.
I hate John Cena.
We're the
Really?
same age, and he grew up in the town next to me. I think we actually played baseball against each other when we were like little kids. But I like John Cena the man.
Yes.
But the character.
But the
John
wrestler,
Cena,
yes.
Oh God, it's just.
That's how I've always thought about it. Like, he's a great man. He does all kind of shit. He's awesome. But as far as the character, the wrestling, like, I've always hated him. Just, yeah. Super
Also-
fucking Cena.
So I grew up next to West Newbury, Massachusetts, where John Cena's from. And the thing that bothers me most about John Cena more than anything is when he kind of puts on that fake Southern accent sometimes when he's getting all folksy on stage, and I'm like, oh, come on, dude, you're from New England. I know exactly. You're from the East Coast. You talk about fish. Stop talking like that, you prick. Like I know he doesn't talk Southern. Like, he has nothing. Makes me so. I get.
I know. I actually am a Southerner. I live in Louisiana, so come on now.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, like,
exactly.
But, like,
I know.
I'm like, come on, brother. Come on, you gotta stop talking like that, because that's how we talk. We're from. And it's like you're faking it. You're faking it.
Damn it, man. Yeah. I as much as I'm not a Cena fan, the best matches here for the past few months on Raw and everything have been the open challenges with all the superstars. Like, he's giving them one hell of a push and a rub, it seems like. Like, actually letting them do good matches instead of just these TV type matches, you know? That's what it seems like to me, anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's, if anything, that's kind of shows, you know, again, kind of going back to what they're doing right on NXT, is that you give these guys time. Give them some airtime, give them some TV time, let them do stuff, you know? That's just all they need. But yeah, you're right. The Cena stuff, the open challenges, the great matches, it's on Raw. So yeah.
It's cool watching him also develop as a wrestler. Like, before, it wasn't about him being great in the ring. And he's starting to actually, put on a show, I think. Like, the last couple of years, he's really developed as, a legitimate in-ring talent. That I think is interesting to watch.
Yeah, definitely. See, it's been the whole, Divas Revolution thing they've been trying to push, but they're trying to push it mainly on Raw, but it seems to be failing just because they haven't got the talent that NXT has, but at the same time, again, you don't want them to leave NXT to go here because they're gonna mess them over.
I could go on a rant on this, because it goes down to the main roster, the writers for Raw and SmackDown, they don't know how to write for certain people they don't like. They don't know,
Or women.
But look what they're doing with Seth Rollins. He's probably the worst booked world champion WWE's had ever. Just because
and he's such an awesome talent, but
yeah, he's amazing. He's like, okay,
yes.
you're feuding with this psychotic Kane, schizophrenic Kane right now, and he looks weak, which, yes, I get it. He's a heel. WWE, you're supposed to be chicken shit, and you run away and cheat and all that, but he looks so weak. He loses to Cena all the time. Great matches, but it's like, when the world champ is losing to the U.S. champ on a weekly basis, how good can you look?
And this is a dude who, in the indie circuit, did, the coolest thing I've ever seen, is when he jumped off of that fat guy. There's a gif on there. It's incredible. He launches off of a fat dude outside of the ring. And it's amazing. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And then goes back and high fives the dude.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, look it up. He basically walked up the fat guy's stomach and moonsaulted off of him onto a guy on the ground. And
It's bonkers.
Oh, right.
How do you screw up a guy who's that talented? That's just bad writing.
Yeah, I think the loss. Obviously, there's no brand split anymore. Everybody's on every show now. There's too many people to write for, let alone write well for them. To Sean's point, the divas, they don't know how to write for women. The characters are pretty shallow. And can we please just give Sasha Banks some ring time? Literally, Sasha Banks is the most exciting wrestler. Gender, it doesn't matter. that I've seen in a long time. She has it. She has everything from charisma, personality, psychology in the ring, her character, and like, I mean, I'm biased because I have a new daughter. You know, she's 8 months old, and you know, I want to kind of have mold her into a great person, but like,
and a wrestler,
and a wrestler. But like Sasha Banks, like, you know, I mean, I will buy her shirt. I mean, if you told me a few years ago that there's any diva wrestler, and I hate to even use the word diva wrestler,
I know that's like the first thing they need to get rid of right now if they actually want to go into this whole women's revolution wrestling thing. Get rid of that name.
Yeah.
I would have bought Molly Holly's shirt.
Yeah, Molly Holly was good. All right, I like Molly Holly.
The Attitude Era, that was definitely a different. They had a lot of good ones back then, but it wasn't. They didn't put on a show like Bayley and Sasha did the other night.
I mean, which was amazing, man. That was my favorite this year. It was my favorite.
I still don't get why they still called it an Iron Man match. Why didn't they call it an Iron Woman match? But is that because they didn't want to kind of be like Iron Woman? Like, I don't know. Does that sound chauvinistic?
They didn't want like, you know, make it all like, oh, kid blood. Oh, Iron Woman. It already, you know, it sounds kind of whatever.
I love that the audience, because the NXT crowd is easily the best crowd out there, and they were like, no, we're not up with this, and they're chanting Iron Woman, and like they're like, we don't care what you guys have decided to brand this, we know what it is.
They actually said holy fuck or something like that. They didn't even bleep it out on the pay-per-view. You heard fuck. I was like, from the crowd, I was like, holy fuck, this is awesome, bro. Like, it makes it feel like such a different product.
Yeah, in the beginning, when they were chanting "You deserve this," in the beginning of the match, I was like I was tearing. I was like, man, this is emotional shit. I mean, it was awesome.
That's happened to me like 4 times in that match. Like, beginning and like a couple of times in the middle where I was like, this is so great. This is just great.
Yep.
Especially
I'll definitely say match of the year candidate. Definitely.
Oh god, yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I've been referring to sort of the new sort of turn for Bayley, where she's become like kind of like tough as nails. Like, when business, she's nice until it's time not to be nice. I keep referring to her as Swayze Bayley. Like, she's like Swayze's character from Roadhouse. Like, it's nice time to be nice, not to be nice. Right. It's awesome. I love seeing, like, the development of these characters, but that's really only happening in NXT.
Yes, Ben. Yeah. You retire or go away.
Yeah, bro, for real. It's like, it showed, that's the whole thing now, is the struggle between Triple H and Vince, because Vince is still there, trying to make it go his way. Triple H is there and seeing where things do need to be, obviously, you know, but there's still a struggle there somewhere, even though, you know, it's not out there, you know, but, it's definitely frustrating. Being a major fan and everything, and going through all the ups and downs, and wanting everything to be as best as it can be. That's the business, though, man. It's definitely business.
Well,
go ahead.
Like, well, they're just saying, like, this week's Raw ratings are the lowest ratings they've had ever, I believe.
But like, TV's dying, though. A lot of people are watching online or streaming it somehow or something like that.
Well, Raw is on Hulu. They have a condensed Raw on Hulu,
which is the better way to watch it.
3 hours is way too long. They need to cut it down. At least back to 2. And Triple H is on record. Triple H is on record saying that 3 hours is too long, because again, that's that struggle.
A 2-hour Raw with a 1-hour NXT thing on it, like at the end of Raw, like that's the way to do it, because you know that would be pretty. I'm worried what that would do to NXT, but like if you need to have it be 3 hours, if that's what you need for ad sales, I understand. But like
it's a public company, all that.
But they also can't be like, every time that there's a problem, stop developing new talent and raising up new talent and be like, what's the oldest person we can find to bring back? Is Gorilla Monsoon still alive? Alright, put him in the ring with Undertaker. I don't know. We'll need an Undertaker. Everybody's dying. Like, it's like, I really...
Yeah, it's like this whole...
valid thing. It's like a short-term way to get good ratings, but it's like a really bad long-term thing for the brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the whole Brock Lesnar, Undertaker. I love Brock Lesnar. I'm a big fan, always have been, and I'm a big Undertaker fan. But at the same time, it seems like they're just putting them two together again just to try to boost some ratings. Like, I'm down with seeing him go at it in Hell in a Cell, yeah. But at the same time, it's like, why? Come on now. You could have waited till WrestleMania if you're going to do something again with them.
Yeah,
but unless you got something else in plan, but...
Yeah, have
See, so there was... Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
There was talks about Sting, you know, maybe doing something with Taker or something like that at WrestleMania. But with Sting being how he is now... Yeah. He don't need to get in the ring. He does not need to get in the ring.
Yeah, when Sting came out to challenge Rollins, I was like, oh god, are we going this way? Are we really doing this?
I refused to open my eyes. I was like looking at the screen with my fingers because it's like, I'm gonna see a man die tonight. Like, this is not okay.
Shit, he almost did, huh?
He really did.
Yeah.
I feel the same way watching The Undertaker, who I love, and Sting I love, but like,
I was at WrestleMania 30 when he lost to Brock for the first time, and being in the crowd, that was such a weird but amazing feeling, because it would never be felt again, just how the whole crowd was like, what the fuck? Because you slowly saw his downfall in the match, right? Like, and then, yeah. Definitely a weird sensation. Well, y'all ever been to any live events, or what's the latest ones y'all been to?
I have two stories. One of them was I was at I think it was No Way Out. The one, I think it was 2002 or 2003, when Eddie Guerrero beat Brock Lesnar to win the title
for the first time.
I was there for that. Yeah. And when I used to work at Namco, we flew to see TNA live the night Hulk Hogan debuted there. So we were making like a Namco mobile game, a TNA mobile game for them, and we got to get there early, meet a lot of wrestlers, and I geeked the hell out. I remember I met Samoa Joe. He's like, "Oh, I'm Joe." I was like, yeah, I know. I'm a big fan. It was hilarious, but like we went backstage and we had front row seats. It was awesome, great show, and they even invited us to hang out with them at a hotel to drink with some of the guys after. And so we drank with like Kevin Nash and Victoria. And it was cool.
No naked Ric Flair.
No naked Ric Flair. Ric Flair was, but it was cool. It was super cool. But yeah.
I was always a big Kevin Nash fan. Was he cool as shit or what?
Yeah, he was like, funny. Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah.
He was sitting there, I think, with Scott Steiner and X-Pac, and they were at a table there drinking. They came by and said hi, and it was cool. It was definitely cool.
Hell yeah, that's cool, man. I was basically like a TNA fan when it first started out, you know, but I don't even watch it nowadays. Like, I don't even.
It's unwatchable. I mean, honestly, the movie Destination America, like the production values are horrible, and the writing. I mean, I'm more of a Ring of Honor fan, so I definitely watch Ring of Honor. I record that when I can. Especially when they did some stuff, cross promotion stuff in New Japan. That was awesome. But yeah, I was a big fan back in the day. They had AJ Styles, Samoa Joe was tearing it up. They got Kurt Angle in there.
Like when they first got their TV deal, like I remember watching them. They had it was like on ESPN or something like that. They had like a little countdown timer for every match in the top right corner. Like it was early in their TV year before they got a spike and everything.
Yeah, there was something on ESPN. They had like the Global Force Wrestling. Not Global Force. They had some stuff back in the day. Some old stuff back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I started watching them then, and I was like, cool, man, a new wrestling product, because it was just WWE, so, you know, I stuck with it, and it got better and got better, then it just, fucking died.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you then. Okay, so, what mid-Carter that WWE is not pushing right now would you like to see pushed right now?
Mid-Carter, huh? Oh, shit. Cesaro. Because he's a mid-Carter to them, but in my mind, he could be he's such an awesome performer. He could be a world champion easily. Yeah. That's my pick. Like, yeah. I was always a big fan of him.
Especially that one WrestleMania where he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. And like he did nothing with it.
That was at 30. Yeah, that's the one I was at.
Yeah, he had the King of Swing thing. They gave him Heyman. They're like,
Yeah, he was swinging everybody. He was swinging Khali at one point. Like, they were showing how strong this fucker was. Like, damn.
Yeah, I agree.
There's so many other, like, awesome moves and stuff that he can perform if you go back and watch him on the indies that WWE doesn't even allow him to try and do. Like, it's my thing. I'll tell everybody, just go back and watch him in the old indie days. He's fucking awesome.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Especially, like, look at some of those guys in the indie days. Like, look at Seth Rollins when he was Tyler Black, or when Daniel Bryan was Bryan Danielson, and all these other. Like, check them out back then. Yeah. If you love them now, like, look at their stuff back then, and they can do what they wanted.
Yeah. The American Dragon, watching them on, like, Dragon Gate and stuff back in the day.
Dude. Yep. We're on the same page, man, because I actually have a Dragon Gate shirt, and I used to wear it around, like, what the hell is that? So, good stuff.
Like, you just don't even know, man. Yeah. As I say, I'm just a big wrestling fan, so when it came down to watching something that was actually, something new with some awesome talent, I'm always down for it, man. But, like, yeah, WWE put me off for so many years that, like, a lot of years I was just kind of hanging on the outskirts of wrestling, I guess you would say. But, yeah, here within the past few years, I've got pulled back into it, doing the whole internet thing, and, yeah.
Yep. I always joke around that wrestling fans are kind of like, we're like spurned spouses. Like, our spouse isn't treating us right, but we don't leave. Like, we won't leave. We're like, but they were so good to us. I know they'll be good again. He's got it in him, and we always stick around. And I'll always give WWE a chance. And, but yeah, thank you, Triple H and NXT, because at least the future will be bright someday.
Oh yeah. Just give it some time and let all these other old folks go away. Even though I love some of these other old folks, but, Vince, he needs to officially just stay away from the product.
Yeah. I admit, I'm a huge Rock mark. Yeah. And if The Rock ever shows up, I will lose my mind.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. And yes, I would love to see him fight Brock Lesnar, but for the love of God, still, build stars, build.
It's like the Attitude Era was my shit, man. So like seeing some of these other guys pop up here and there, I'm like, I'm definitely down for it, like the Dudleys now that are back into like the tag team shit has sucked so bad for the past few years, and then you have these other few tag teams starting to come together, like Cesaro and Kid, but Kid got injured by Joe, and then I love the New Day. They're so entertaining, and then them being on the video game aspect too, like Xavier out there playing the Final Fantasy theme on the trumpet. Like, come on, man! Like shit like that just makes me go crazy too. Yeah.
When that happened, my wife and I were just like sitting there, like, oh my god. Somehow New Day just leveled up, like it got better than they already were.
Yeah.
I really like the time players too. I think I'd like to see that their characters grow a little bit and see where they go with it, but I still think they're just really talented in the ring. They're fun to watch.
Yeah.
But having the Dudleys back was great. Yep.
Well, there's again, it's coming. It's all about timing. If you listen to that podcast that Jericho did, and yeah, it's actually coming up on like the 20th anniversary of the Dudleys, so that has I think that has a little bit more to play into it than just them randomly coming up. It's let them go ahead and get one final hurrah, and yeah. But the tag team division, other than that, you got the Dudleys, you got the New Day, you got a few others, but it's they could do a lot better, but whatever.
They need to bring up my favorite tag team right now going, Vaudevillains.
But you say that, but look at the Ascension. Like, look what they did to them. Like, they were doing somewhat good,
Yeah.
And now they've just died. Actually, I think what killed them was when they came out and kind of compared themselves or whatnot to the Road Warriors. Like, they kind of that probably killed them with some backstage old fellas, and that probably killed their fucking push instantly right there. Like, no, you can't down. Yeah.
I still love them. Every time they're in the ring, it's just electric. They're wicked. They've started just inventing new moves that are just stupid and hilarious to watch, but also like functionally, physically amazing. I love those dudes.
Yeah, definitely, man. Well, all right. Well, let's talk about some video games. Shit.
All right.
So, well, we can get back into wrestling time. We can go off into wrestling video games too, if y'all play any of them. So y'all with the Adult Swim games, right?
Yes. We're, for those who don't know, Adult Swim Games, yes, we do publish games. We publish stuff on mobile, publish stuff on Steam. We've announced some console stuff, like Death's Gambit to PS4, Raise the Dead on PS4, Westerado, and Rise and Shine to Xbox One. We'll be announcing some more stuff soon, so definitely, follow us on Twitter and all that good stuff. Adult Swim Games, not Adult Swim. So
I'll give you a whole bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, that'll be something totally different. But yeah, we're just trying to find great indies. To let it's kind of the spirit of Adult Swim is finding great talent, letting them make what they want to make, and we just find these amazing developers that make what they want to make, like Death's Gambit, like Star Mazer, and then working with guys like Double Fine to do like Headlander, which is gonna be huge next year. So yeah, just trying to bring out some good stuff for everybody to enjoy.
Right.
Yeah, I was definitely a big fan of Super House of Dead Ninjas. I know y'all published that. Yeah, that was definitely a good one. Let's see. Jazz Punk was funny. That was definitely different too. Yeah.
That was my introduction to Adult Swim games for me before I worked here.
Our back catalog for people who haven't been following, but yeah, we've been putting a lot of stuff out. Super House of Dead Ninjas is amazing.
Yes.
One of my personal favorites is also a Super Puzzle Platformer Deluxe. If anyone hasn't played that, it's basically you're a jumping, shooting character in like a Tetris machine, basically, and blocks are falling, you shoot him to make combos. That game is amazingly fun. Bulgar the Viking, freaking awesome. Duck Game.
Yes, yeah.
Sure,
Duck Game's
YouTube
cool.
type of Duck Game, you'll see lots of great stuff. Going strong there.
Multiplayer, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just trying to find diversity in our lineup. Just bring good stuff.
Yeah, I have an Adult Swim games category on Steam, and it's just I have a bunch of games.
Thank
you, man.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned. We got some more announcements on some cool stuff coming to console, perhaps. So
coming to everything, basically.
Yeah, perhaps. So y'all been gamers your whole lives, or what? Pretty much.
Oh god, yeah. Since the Atari 2600 days, till now, just worked my way up through the industry, and now we have cool gigs and a cool brand. We get to
I think we actually may have even started like the same month. Like our careers might have started like the same year. Roughly. Possibly. I think you've been about 11 years.
Yeah.
Years? Yeah, I'm going into my 12th year.
If you count working at GameStop, it might be a little longer.
Oh god.
I don't know if I count GameStop, but yeah, it's the ground up.
Sales.
Yeah, it's in the game industry. Dealing with people trading in games. But yeah. Go ahead.
What was some of your favorite games from the last generation, like 360 and the PS3 era and everything?
Tomb Raider, The Last of Us, the God of War series in general. Actually, I probably
that was PS4.
That was PS2.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I'll take that out. But definitely the new Tomb Raider. I'll admit I was not a big Tomb Raider fan during PS1 era and PS2 era. I never really
kind of played it here and there, and that was it.
Yeah, there was some good stuff here and there, but it was like it never hooked me. Oh, Uncharted. So you can see why I like Tomb Raider, but
everything Bethesda has ever done.
Yes.
To me.
Yeah, my Fallout 3 in New Vegas. That's kind of my
maybe my favorite game of all time.
Exactly. There you go.
Narratively, everything about it was just and it was just so much fun. And it was great that you were just like, oh, you don't want to do the main story? Just don't worry about it. Do whatever the hell you want. I love.
I'm itching so hard to play 4. Can't wait.
My wife and I have set up our house so we can be in different rooms, playing it at the exact same time, yelling across to each other. Can't wait.
It's like go take some sick days off on there, and don't be bothered with nothing.
What about you?
Because I put so many hours into Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Because I'll kind of just lump them together, even though they are two separate games. But I put so much hours, it's just ridiculous, man. Definitely some of my favorites. Did Oblivion, like, yeah, anything but that Bethesda did. They published.
And Oblivion, when that was like in the launch window for the 360.
That was my second game. My first game on 360 was Gears of War.
Yeah, okay.
That was you had to get that if you got 360, right? And that was definitely an upgrade, It was definitely something different, something new. It just felt awesome. Getting your HD TV hooked up, because back then, everybody was still making that switch, so.
Yeah.
That was like the first game that I got that had an HD and just amazing. Blew my mind. Then I got Oblivion. I was like, fuck Gears of War.
Yep.
Like, I played the second one, and I think I played a little bit of the third one, but that was about it. I beat the first and second one. They were good. It's just, way too many other games I'm trying to play. I was always trying to play, so.
Yeah, man.
Yep. Yeah, my backlog of games is embarrassing. So yeah.
Yes, Steam it's ridiculous. You got all these sales that go on, and you're just like, oh yeah, I want to play this. I finally get to buy it because 75% off, and next thing you know, you got 400 games, and yeah.
Yep. If I retired today, I'd have enough games to last me probably the rest of my life. So
yep.
Exactly. Yeah. Tomb Raider was definitely awesome. I wasn't expecting Tomb Raider to be as good as it was. Then I ended up purchasing a new video card, and it came with the video card. So I played it, and it blew my mind. It definitely, because it didn't blow my mind, but it was a lot better than I was expecting it to be.
Yep. Maybe
because
it says you buy hardware for a game. For me, it was Dead Rising for 360.
Oh yeah.
I remember I was testing. I was a QA tester at Namco at the time, and someone at work. We had 360s obviously, but someone bought Dead Rising and watched what I've been playing. And I was like, okay, I'm buying that. I'm buying a new TV. I'm getting this. So,
I went over to a friend's house and he was playing, and that made me get it.
Yep.
Good.
I think it was the Xbox 360. I mean, it was Oblivion was part of it, but Condemned. You remember that one?
Yes. Yes.
That game was incredible, and it's so weird that nobody talks about it ever.
I do have both of them sitting over here on my shelf, and that's definitely under the radar game, I guess you would say, for your horror genre and whatnot. It was definitely good, definitely.
And then easily my favorite Xbox 360 game of all time, and so everybody has their favorite snowboarding game, and their favorite snowboarding game is always SSX, and I will grant you that SSX
Snowboarders?
is a fine snowboarding video game, but it has nothing on AMP 3, which was an Xbox 360 exclusive that came out during the launch window. If you have not played that game, get that game. It is bonkers. It is my favorite snowboarding game. It has the best plot. It's so funny and weird. It has great writing. The studio immediately collapsed directly after it came out. Which bumped me out to no end. But that game is perfect, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. Still bring out
I never played it.
Run to your GameStop now and pick up a copy in the bin for 35 cents. Yes. Now, for me, the series I miss is Panzer Dragoon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I mean, I bought Crimson Dragon on Xbox One. It was alright. Panzer Dragoon Orta on Xbox, or original Xbox. Oh, my God. Yeah. I miss that.
Didn't they have one as like which version? They have one of the versions of that game that was like ridiculous expensive. Trying to find a real copy.
Yeah, it was on Saturn. It was Panzer Dragoon. Yeah. It was Panzer Dragoon the Saga, the RPG. It's 4 discs, and yes, I have bought that game. But yes, I became a working adult. I started, I could buy games and systems I didn't have as a kid. Like, I literally bought a Saturn when I was out of college. I as a Super Nintendo guy, I didn't have a Genesis back then. So I bought a Genesis when I was a working adult, and bought a bunch of Genesis games. So yeah, when you're a working adult, it's an embarrassment of riches, in terms of having games. So.
Yeah, I got this giant shelf over here that's nothing but wrestling games. That was kind of my addiction as collecting. And I got stuff from regular Nintendo, a bunch of Japan wrestling games. I mean, I got got like 60 games right here. They're all different wrestling titles.
Have you ever played on Japanese PS1? It was based off New Japan Pro Wrestling, Token Retsuden, which is where the SmackDown series is based on.
They got like 4 of them.
Yeah.
Don't they? Yeah.
Number 1 came to America called Power Move Pro Wrestling. Obviously,
Yes.
fake.
Yep.
Number 2 is
I
probably
own
my favorite
them.
of all time, and number 3 is great. 3, I think, had the Steiner brothers were in that. They had some other people, other federations in there. But what I love about this series, which they did not bring over to America in the SmackDown one, was they had moves you could do off the apron. They didn't have that in SmackDown.
Yeah.
Because you stand on the apron, it was a different attack state. But they had combos in that game. So kind of like how Bret Hart has a sequence of moves, and he does like a Russian leg sweep, and he does like an elbow off the second rope. Obviously, if you watch
before he
wrestling,
sets up, yeah.
Yeah, you know the sequences, and if you do the sequences for that wrestler, you actually got like a bonus. You get flash, you get like a little power up or a little whatever for doing their combos. And no other wrestling series did that. And I was like, why is nobody stealing this idea? Because it's freaking awesome.
I own a few of them, and I own Power Move Pro Wrestling, and I own so much shit. Mick Foley was always a favorite of mine. I got to meet him, got to talk to him. I'm somewhat friends with him, I guess you would say. That's how I got to go to WrestleMania 30. I actually went with his kids.
Nice.
I got a few Japanese wrestling games signed by him, like Super Fire Pro Wrestling 2, a Japanese copy of Ring Rage on Game Boy, and another Fire Pro Wrestling game, Fire Pro Wrestling Advanced. Yeah. I definitely got some weird titles over here too.
Yes.
All right. Hell yeah.
Promise to not Jackie. Yeah, we just want to look at it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I got a shirt signed by him too with my WrestleMania 30 ticket. I framed that shit. It's like, hell yeah, framing this. Because that was a moment to remember, you know. And yeah, as far as like meeting your heroes and whatnot, blah blah, like he's cool as shit, dude. Like he's so down to earth and he's so awesome. Like hell yeah.
Loves Christmas.
Yeah. Yes. It's like wearing a Christmas shirt every day. And, okay, so his movie he made, oh god, what was it called now? I forget it. It was right there. The Santa Claus movie he made, the documentary. It's actually worth the watch, and it's kinda like heart-pulling in some aspects too when they start talking about some of these other ass Santa Clauses and stuff and what they're doing, and yeah, then they have like the gay Santa Claus and how he's being pushed out of the group, and it's good. It was worth a shot. Yes,
I was really impressed. I love his story too, where he was like, you know, when we're on the road, we all, you know, we go from event to event, we got a carpool, they don't fly us anywhere, so we gotta fly. And nobody ever wanted to carpool with me because I only wanted to play Christmas songs in the car. On the radio, everybody's like, no, we like you, Mick, but we can't do this. We can't do this.
I know, it is definitely weird if you think about it. It's like, man, this dude who was going through thumbtacks and doing these barbed wire death matches and stuff, he leaves the death match and he's listening to, like, Christmas songs. Like, okay.
Like, it's the beginning of a serial killer movie. Like, it's like, he was legitimately has when he got a big enough house, he has one room that's just Christmas all year round, because he just wanted to have his room that he could go in and just, like, veg out around Christmas stuff all year. Because he loves it.
Yeah, his kids, like, that just... Yeah, that must have been so awesome as a kid. It's like, oh, Christmas all the time, man. Come on now.
He might actually be Santa.
Yeah, huh? I know for real.
He might dress as Santa all December long.
He does now. It's like it's part of his thing. Yeah.
There you go. Live your
See, I'll go ahead and throw it out there. His daughter is sexy, yeah.
I'll have to Google this. Yeah.
Noelle Foley. He named her Noelle because, you know, he loves Christmas.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, but she's legal. She's... I would not have said that. Yeah. No, she's like more my age or whatever. But no, I sat with him at WrestleMania and just be able to experience that with the Foley family. That was epic, you know. Mick was actually in the back, you know, doing his thing or whatnot, cause he was on the WrestleMania panel that year, doing all that stuff for him. So we watched the show and whatnot. Then after the Undertaker lost, the kids popped up missing. I was like, damn, what the fuck happened? It's like that it emotionally scarred him or something. Because Undertaker's always been a big part of Mick Foley, and when he lost, I honestly thought that the kids got emotional about it and ran to see their dad. You know, that's what I thought. But hey, that probably could have happened. You never know. I was too busy watching the match, man. And yeah, as soon as it happened, right, as soon as he lost, like, I was stunned and I was shocked. But then I started watching everybody else, because you got this group of, 75,000 people just all standing up and just, it's quiet, you know? It's just, it's weird. It was eerie, man. Yeah.
It was.
Definitely will never forget that, man.
WrestleMania moment.
Yeah. That's actually the first WrestleMania I was able to go to, because it was down here, New Orleans.
Nice.
And he called me up, he said, hey, I got 2 free tickets, you want them? I was like, well, yeah. It's like, I'll make my way there. New Orleans is like an hour away from me, so yeah, ain't too hard. But like wrestling video games. Have y'all big playing like this the SmackDown series nowadays? 2K15 and whatnot. 2K, yeah. Haven't played any of them.
The last one I played was on 360. It was the one with Daniel Bryan on the cover. Or whatever that was. 14? That was 14.
I think that was 14, yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That was 2 ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not get a chance to play last year, the new system they had in there. And
okay, so
I was going to buy this year's, but without Sasha Banks and Charlotte and Bayley and all them,
I got problems with that.
Yes, 2K.
Hold on. Now, that's not necessarily 2K's fault, because, shit happens and whatnot, but the creation suite is a lot better this year, and the Create a Diva and all that stuff is back, and blah, 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 so you will get awesome community creations of them that you'll be able to go and download that a community makes, so there's always that. Because, the community is a big part of the game. They give you all these these tools to create all these things. If you go on the online portion, you can download so many things. And, the Create Arena, Create a Title, Create a Diva, like, all this stuff is coming back, which they actually took out last year to, put in room for the new system, blah, 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 whatever. Which it did play decently, but there was so much stuff that was taken out that it just, it made it suck in a lot of ways,
I just feel like they need to kind of, like, toss out the whole engine and start in the beginning just to make it a little bit, so it moves faster and everything. It's just so sluggish. Like, everything is so sluggish. And the load times are just something else, entirely. But, I don't know, I said I wouldn't buy it because of not having 4 horsewomen, but I imagine I'll still end up getting it on sale.
I'll buy it.
No, already.
Yeah. Though, on the note of wrestling video games, I would love to see them using the No Mercy engine somehow.
That's what I was about to say. Go ahead.
Have you ever played Def Jam? I think it's Def Jam Vendetta.
Fight for New York or Vendetta? No, Fight for New York. Vendetta was the first one. Fight for New York was the second one. It's based on the No Mercy engine. You got your strong grapples, all that stuff with the rappers. It is one of my favorite games. I actually got a Let's Play of it going on right now on my YouTube channel of that game. Yes.
Nice. I'm plugging you without even knowing it. But yeah,
exactly.
I would love to see something like that. Have that kind of feels very intuitive, but it also had a lot of cinematic aspects you need in a wrestling game, obviously. So yeah, they should take a look at that for inspiration.
Yeah. Yeah, you have all these companies nowadays that are doing remakes and remasters. Why not just do a remastered version of No Mercy or whatever? Just go ahead and take the engine, do that, or just you could have the new roster in it. You can make it a somewhat indie title. You ain't got to put all these next gen graphics in it and whatnot.
Yep. I'd be really
you had a few other indie companies, I guess you would say, that's been trying to make a few decent games, like Wrestling Revolution. It wasn't too bad, yes, but it was so, slow, and sluggish to me, but it was still fun in a lot of aspects. But yeah, it's M. Dickey, and all his games are made with, the same, the same type of characters and whatnot. He's got, Hard Times, where it's like a prison game, and yeah, I'm definitely a fan of it, I guess you'd say, but just to make better wrestling games, though. But yeah, by himself, There's, one game that
pretty much my favorite that I've played through a bunch of times. And it's weird. It's a wrestling game that's a kind of a choose-your-own-adventure, except there's so many different ways through the game that it feels like an open-world choose-your-own-adventure. And it's for mobile. It's by Choice of Games, and it's called Slam. And I will honestly say that game blows my mind every time I play it. I probably played through it like 20 times, maybe more than that. And it's I'm still finding new stuff in there that I hadn't seen before.
Might check that out.
Absolutely incredible. And I think it's like $1, something like that. It's so good. The guy who wrote it, wrote all the text for it and actually programmed it, but wrote it is he's really good. He's really talented. I wish he would be writing around. I remember saying him. He's really good.
They had this other one, it's like the first game on Steam to be wrestling related, I guess you would say. It's early access or whatever. I forget what it's called. But it's so early access that it's like, it's nothing. It's just like these two characters in the ring and they're like, oh, this is gonna be based off of No Mercy and whatnot. But it's way too early and way too been in development for way too long for me to even think that anything's gonna come out of it, so. Well, it's up there on Steam. I forgot, what the hell is it called? It was Pro Wrestling X. That's what it's called.
Oh, I remember seeing that a long time ago. I actually...
Yes.
It's
been in development for a... Yeah. And finally went into early access on Steam.
I might have been a backer, actually.
Really? It's been so long. Yeah. Well, you should have got a key, man. You should have a key somewhere.
I remember they were talking about how they were getting Lance Storm as a consultant or something. If I remember, I think they were working with people and like they were getting Lance Storm to work with them and all that. Which, by the way, Lance Storm is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, at least top 20. Lance Storm.
I could be serious for a moment.
Yes, to be serious.
I was definitely a fan. You know, him and ECW, them going on to WCW and whatnot. Him and the Impact players, him and Justin Credible.
Yep.
Yes.
I was a huge ECW fan back then, so yeah.
Me too. Like, to go back to wrestling video games, the ECW games, they made them on that, the Warzone engine and whatnot. They were such shitty engines, but I was such a big fan of ECW that I played the hell out of that game, and them games, they had 2 of them. But yeah, to like do moves, you had to like walk up to your opponent and press like left, right, left, triangle. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Did like up, down, left, square. Like, it was just a dumb engine for a wrestling game anyway.
I just remember the Warzone one when Farouk was in it, and they were yelling, "You're the Faroukin Man!" And I was like, "Oh my god, that's so stupid!" So it's like my favorite moment from that. Good job, whoever wrote that sound bit. That was awesome.
And you had Warzone, you had Attitude, and ECW Hardcore Revolution, Art Anarchy Rules. They were all on that same engine. Yep. Yeah, Acclaim made them, or published them, or whatever, you know. Yeah.
And they're out of business.
Yep, goes to show you. Then, like, THQ was doing the last wrestling games, and they're out of business, you know? Yep. So, yeah. Yeah, 2K took over, and I definitely have hopes for them. Like, they seem like they can bring it in a better direction, but what they need to do, though, is just, like, kind of kill that series and start a new one, or at least maybe have this one going on and skip a year for development, because they keep on doing these yearly releases. Like, have a new one come in and take its spot. You can easily take a pay-per-view name and turn it into a wrestling game like they did back in the day. No Mercy.
Did you play that NBA Jam style one, All Stars?
Not much, but yeah, I did play it. Yeah, I wish I would have played it more. I just never did, you know. So I ended up emulating the motherfucker.
It was fun. It was definitely like, you know, obviously it's not very serious and all that stuff. It plays like, it's not like NBA Jam. It plays like that one back in the 90s. It was like digitized, looking like Mortal Kombat. They had like special moves and all that stuff. It was like Undertaker was in it, Bret Hart.
Our WWF. Oh, it's right there on the tip of my. Oh, shit, what is it called?
Like Undertaker would like go.
I know what you're talking about, though. WWF the arcade game is basically that. Is what they call it. Like they had that subtitle.
But like All Stars was good. And if I remember correctly, it had a really good like story mode where you could recreate, like in a fantasy world, what if Stone Cold fought CM Punk? And they had a great narration. They edited it as if they really had a feud. Yeah, and it was super good. I wish they.
One of my favorites. One of my favorites that are back in the day was WWF WrestleFest in the arcades. Going in there, popping in quarters with your friends, sitting there doing your little tag team matches or your little Royal Rumbles or whatever. Jake the Snake, Ultimate Warrior, Ted. Like that was just so awesome, man.
That is on my computer on MAME.
There you go. See,
I'm on that on MAME. Yes, love it.
Yes, good game fighting against. So just anybody who hasn't played it, go out there and play it. They tried to do an iOS version, and I don't know if it ever came out or not. Did it?
They did.
I don't even want to think about that. I was like, man, you're going to make the game such fucking, Because before then, you had WWF Superstars was the first one. Then, WrestleFest was an upgraded version, I guess you would say, of Superstars. That's another thing that I've done on my channel. I've literally gone through, like, all the years and did first impressions and stuff of all the well, not all of them. I've done about 90 some odd wrestling games, just done first impressions on them on YouTube, So it's definitely knowledge that's in my head is wrestling games. So I guess if you're going back, what's up?
Pro Wrestling X get you.
I can help them, man. I can help them. Because they've literally been developing this thing for like so many years, like tons and tons of years. It seems like by now they've been switched around and whatnot. But you can go jump on it on Steam and pay them $10 and get this early access demo. Which is nothing but these two wrestlers that kind of just, you could go watch a YouTube video instead of wasting $10, if you want to see what it's like at the moment. That's what I see.
I did just check and they said that, they've just added a few patches in, and one of the patches, added in modding.
Oh, nice.
So, it looks like they're putting out a patch every month or so, adding in content, so. Yeah, hopefully.
I haven't had. It's been a few months I actually checked into it.
I will make Sasha things on there and stuff.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Give money to the indies. There you go. Yeah. But trust me, she's gonna, within that first day, they're gonna have somebody who's made a very awesome image, person of her. Because like in the past 2K game, you could, take a picture of whatever you wanted, right, and go on the internet and import it into the video game and like make faces and stuff like that. So you can get these pretty accurate, detailed community creations. Within a day or so, they'll have a badass version of her up. Because there's so many people are going to want her.
You do not let me down.
That's why I loved about WWE 13, because a lot of it was based on the Attitude Era, so you had a lot of the Attitude Era stars from like the Godfather and everything in there, mixed in with all your current stars from then anyway, you see them Punks and blah blah blah. But they had this awesome community creations as well, where you can go in and make any arena you wanted and make any star. So you had somebody made the Great Muta and these New Japan arena, and you're sitting there taking on CM Punk or whoever you like. It was such an awesome game for that.
I think I literally told Sean earlier this week that Great Muta was one of my all-time favorite wrestlers.
That is absolutely true.
That's no lie. I literally said that this week. So, bonus
He's definitely up
Good
there,
job. Good job.
That's what's up.
Good knowledge.
I definitely have a lot of knowledge in me, regardless of me, being an early 90s watcher. I can go back to your Frank Gotch days and stuff. I have a lot of knowledge in me, trust me. Like your Gorgeous Georges and stuff like that. Exactly.
Awesome.
Just been a major wrestling fan regardless, So, that's how it's always been. Yep. But, you wanna, I don't know, you wanna talk any more about wrestling, or what you guys wanna do? Y'all got, how much time you got?
I gotta bounce soon. My 8-month-old is, probably needs me to change her or feed her.
She has her training, she has an hour.
Go buff her up.
She's gotta, bounce off the ropes a little bit and practice all
take a few bumps.
It's good. Her stamina's not great though.
Yeah, she blows. Her work rate is shit.
She's a curtain opener.
Yeah.
Curtain at most right now.
Yeah, then she wants a nap right away, and then she can't go more than a minute. In the ring, so
she's gonna be brawling with Wade Barrett soon. Just
Bo
Dallas,
or Adam Rose maybe.
Yeah. Oh no, don't.
They killed him.
Go for that to her.
It was cool, man. Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, this is definitely a good one, man. Yeah, I highly enjoyed it, and if y'all want, we can do this again later down the road, man. I'm down for it.
Yeah. So, thank you.
All right. Alright, well, thank you two very much for coming on, and, I am Terrible Pain. Unfortunately, my two other co-hosts weren't able to be here today because of one being sick and the other one just having problems. So yeah, shout out to them two guys. Hope y'all guys enjoyed this week's episode. Y'all want to plug any social media, anything like that?
You can follow us on @Adult Swim Games. We also have a Facebook page for Adult Swim Games and our Twitch for Adult Swim Games, which we haven't been doing a lot with yet, but will be very, very soon. In fact, we'll be playing other people's games as well. Just people we're not even publishing just because we think it's fun. Yep. Some of those games might be wrestling games. Let me rephrase that.
Never know,
Some of those games will be wrestling games.
There you go. Play some Token Ritsuden on there. That's what you need to do. That's what's up. I'll definitely be there to watch that. But yeah, y'all follow me @Terrible Pain. Hit me up on YouTube, wherever. Terrible Pain. Just Google me, son. I'm there. One word. But, as always, hope you guys enjoy this shit, and, we are out this bitch. Later, people.
I'm bulletproof until I fly away. I'm riding round up in the sky today.
Yo, fuck titanium, I'm adamantium, I'm vibranium. I got a pantheon in my cranium, so I can't be on what they claim I am. I ain't smoked out, that don't mean a nigga ain't loped out. Shades in my frame cost 4,000 pennies. Waking up drunk, trying to hack it at Denny's.